This is the new 23 Street Glide ST. A couple differences in an ST versus a special or even a standard. So the big thing is right here on 117, it's got the heavy breather on it. So 114s do come with heavy breathers as well. They put the snorkel style on the STs. Also, the big difference too is they only come blacked out. So the specials, you have the option of chrome or black. STs come blacked out. That's just how you're getting them. Can't get it in chrome. And then they have the bronze accenting here, and then also down here on the wheels. So this color is white sand pearl. I think they did a great job with it this year. We've had this color before, but you can't really see it inside with this lighting, but the outside, it really makes the paint flake pop a little bit more. So it's got some gold, kind of bronzy to it, so it really accents well with the bronze wheels, the motor. So the other big thing with an ST is you don't have extended saddlebags or drop bags, as some people I've heard call them. All right, so a drop bag or extended saddlebag is going to come down on a special and basically wrap around the pipe, versus this is going to sit on top of the pipe. It's actually got a center tail light back here in the rear, right, versus the Street Glides, Road Glides, standards and specials. Their brake light is integrated into the turn signals. So your rear bar down here acts as your brake light and as your turn signal, versus on the ST, you have dedicated turn signals left and right and an actual brake light back here. Low profile engine guard, painted interfering, black, gloss black. Again, that comes on the specials and the STs. Solo seat setup, so set up for one rider. There's also no passenger pegs. Doesn't stop you from riding two up though. So you can add a two up seat if you want, cap for a hole that is in the fender to be able to put the bolt and nut inside to be able to put a two up seat on there. Down low here you can see right here is where you would put passenger pegs, passenger floorboards to be able to ride two up. So this is very easy to change and take off, no problem.
So when a lot of people say, yeah, I have a Street Glide Special T, that's incorrect.
Correct.
Because it's sport touring.
Sport touring, yes, versus special.
It's good to clarify.
Yeah. So the S is on, so a Road Glide is an FLTRXS, or Road Glide Special. And then Street Glide is an FLHXS, S is for special. And the STs stands for sport touring, not special.
This year they got rid of the gunmetal gray, added the sand, pearl.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? You think come any more colors? You think just the two colors like last year?
No, it'll just be the two colors. So black and the white sand pearl, which I think the white sand pearl looks great because it's got the gold flake in it, especially in the sun. And the STs have the bronze accenting on them. So the rocker box cover has the bronze accenting on it. The wheels are the bronze. So I think it looks really good with that paint.
Yeah, and especially since gunmetal went a little crazy, everybody's making a gunmetal something.
Yeah, I had an F-150 that was gunmetal. They called it Leadfoot Gray. Yeah, Leadfoot
Gray's the band.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think that was what it was called though.
Was it really?
Yeah, I think it's called Leadfoot Gray.
Yeah.
From Ford.
They're a pretty good band. They're going to be here next week. But yeah, no, I see the Jeep. I mean, the Lowrider S. It's everywhere. It's everywhere.
I've seen Kia do it. I've seen Jeep do it.
Yeah.
Ram.
I've seen a Spider.
Ford. Yeah, so I mean, Harley went with the craze of that like gunmetal gray.
And it was cool because remember they did the non-CVO and then they did CVO. It's just
they did the CVO Road Glide in that color, and then they came out with it a few years later. So this is a 23 Road Glide Special, or excuse me, Road Glide ST, not Special. See, got myself. So this is also white sand pearl. So everything that we just talked about on the Street Glide goes over to this bike. So everything is the same. The only big difference is the fairing. Right, so this fairing is fixed to the frame. So that means your handlebars and your front end and wheel move together. This is fixed to the frame. So you can see here, I'm moving everything here. You know, this moves, the fairing doesn't move. I mean, it's moving because it's bouncing on the side stand right now. But so the big difference too is, again, we were talking about in the Street Glide, the wind pressure that builds up behind it. You know, as you're going here, you know, there's really nothing moving. I mean, the whole bike is moving with me doing this right now, but the handlebars really aren't. So this tends to cut through a little bit better. It doesn't cause as much fatigue on the rider over time or long distances. So you don't get any sort of wobble from wind pressure or anything like that. So, I mean, a good example is, you know, on my Street Glide that I had, you know, doing interstate speed, 70, 80 miles an hour, you know, I'm having to really hold on. My partner that was next to me, one of my sales managers riding a Road Glide right next to me, he was one hand on the handlebar, totally stretched out on his highway pegs, just leaning back, just cruising.
Now, do you have people, when they come in, they want a street glide or a road glide, and you just tell them to like supersize it into like the ST, or do people specifically come in asking for an ST?
It depends. Some we sway one way, some we sway the other. The biggest thing with the ST is it comes with the solo setup. So a lot of people that tend to ride baggers typically have somebody that rides in the back. The rear fender is pre-drilled. It's just capped with a hole, so that way you can add a two-up seat on there. So that's something that can be purchased from the parts and accessories department, especially if they're going for that true performance bagger West Coast style. They tend to do a different seat as well. Like the one we have over there is the Saddleman step-up seat on there. That is a two-up setup. It doesn't come with the rear passenger pegs. The ST also comes with shorter bags. It doesn't have the extended bags. So it really is the rider preference on what they're looking for aesthetically, and then performance-wise as well. So we make sure that we educate our customers, make sure that they know the difference between the two, so that they can make an educated decision. And then really what we do a lot of times is we have them demo ride both.
Yeah.
So salesperson takes out an ST, customer takes out a special. Halfway down the ride, they park, they switch over. Yeah, so they can get a feel for both and see which one they like.